Right now, historic flooding out in Grant County. We have live team coverage with a look at the current conditions and how residents there are handling the ordeal.
Also, a minivan burst into flames in southeastern Wisconsin with the driver still inside. The daring rescue by police caught on camera.
And later, it may seem like just an extra lane on the Beltline, but there's more than meets the eye when it comes to the flex lane. We take a look inside what it takes to manage it. Welcome to News 3 Now at 6. The scramble continues along the upper Mississippi today as the always massive river swells to near record levels. Thank you for joining us. Turning roads to ponds and car trips to canoe rides, major flooding on the Mississippi River is impacting communities across several states, including right here in Wisconsin.
Tahlil Mahadine spent the morning in Grant County surveying some of the worst water damage, and she joins us now live in Bagley. And Tahlil, what are you seeing there?
In Charlotte, in this neighborhood, it's hard to tell where the road ends and where the river begins. Where I'm standing here on Friendship Lane, there's about 20 inches of water. Now, while most of the residents have evacuated the area, some remain trying to pump out water from their homes faster than it can come in. Now, officials from Grant County Emergency Management say while most of the properties in Madison are vacation rentals, there are some permanent residents. In the days leading up to today, homeowners banded together to minimize damage, moving furniture out, sandbagging, and putting appliances on lifts to repair.
Anybody that needed sandbagging done, everybody, I mean, a lot of the neighbors, even ones that have no chance of getting flooded, were helping all of the ones that needed the bagging done.
Emergency management officials have been in the area all day, going door to door, assessing damage and helping out where they can. They say to help, the state of Wisconsin has also been conducting flights all along the Mississippi. So far, at least 3 homes in the area has had water breach the first floor. Now, for more on the why behind the major flooding and what we can expect in the coming days, our Julian Seawright is out in the field today.
Well, Tahlil, what we're going to be expecting as to why we saw this historic flooding. This is going to rank into the top 5 for historic floods along the Mississippi River. And the reason why is because the snow melts that we have really received rather rapidly. Now, earlier into the first half of April, we had gotten a snowstorm that had brought 30 inches to some areas, especially much into the upper Midwest, had seen a significant amount of snowfall. Now, you add that with the unseasonably type of warm temperatures that we had dealt with in that first half, that snow melt was rapid and it hit hard along the Mississippi River, which is why now we're going to be seeing the cresting, even for this neighborhood, begin tomorrow or reach for tomorrow. And then that's where we're going to start to see, again, much of this flooding sticking around for us. Now, reporting live from Bagley, Wisconsin, I am Julian Sierra with the First One Weather Team. Back to you.
All right, Julian, Tahlil, thank you. Meanwhile, in Vernon County, a train has derailed near DeSoto. That incident happened about noon near highways 35 and 82. About 20 cars were involved, with 2 of them ending up in the Mississippi River. Both of those cars drifted ashore, and crews are now working them to get out of the water. Hazardous materials believed to be batteries were in some of those cars. Officials believe those cars are contained and there's no danger to the public. 2 injuries were reported, but we do not know the severity of those injuries. Well, let's check your First One forecast now with Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti. Gary?
Well, as Tahlil and Julian were showing all that flooding along the Mississippi River, we could use more dry weather. And tomorrow will be a dry day. The rain today has been up to the north. You can see the clouds up in the northern portion of the state, some light showers there, but they continue to move toward the east and northeast. So right now, they're going to stay to our north. Farther out to the west, the weather system starting to develop. We'll start bringing showers in here as we head into Saturday. High temperatures today, pretty mild. Madison topped out at 66. Janesville almost to 70. It did hit 70 in Boscobel. Notice closer to Lake Michigan, temperatures about 10 to 15 degrees cooler. And right now, that lake breeze keeping temperatures in the 50s in Milwaukee, but Madison still at 65, 65 in Viroqua, and 67 in Prairie du Chien. Across Dane County right now, 67 degrees in Oregon, 67 in Cross Plains, and 67 to the north in Waunakee. Look for skies to be partly cloudy this evening. Temperatures dropping only into the lower 50s by late evening, so it'll be a little milder tonight. Tomorrow should be a mild day, but then we have the rain chances and cooler weather for the weekend. I'll tell you how much rain we can expect in just a few minutes.
Gary, thank you. New details in a homicide A woman earlier this week found dead on the southwest side of the city. Dane County authorities are now charging the man who was previously named as a person of interest. 37-year-old Jose de Jesus Duenas Quinones faces 1 count of first-degree intentional homicide for his alleged role in the death of 43-year-old Micaela Juarez Ocolt. Authorities have also issued a warrant for the man's arrest. The incident happened at a strip mall in the 1300 block of Midvale Boulevard. According to a criminal complaint, Ocolt was stabbed to death. Police say Duenas Quinones and his 6-year-old daughter, who was also the victim's daughter, left the country for Mexico.
Authorities in Sauk County say a dog died after a house fire in Reedsburg earlier this week. The Reedsburg Police Department says the fire was first reported just after 11 o'clock in the morning yesterday on North Park Street. Those living in the home were able to get out safely with several pets. Emergency personnel found a dog and tried life-saving measures, but the dog ultimately died. The cause of the fire is still under investigation, but authorities do not suspect foul play. As trust in police keeps getting lower among young people, a new plan from the Madison Police Department is working to change that relationship. It's all part of a strategic 5-year plan released by the department today. One of their main goals is to work with young people of color through surveys and focus groups to get their thoughts on policing in the city. They'll also host monthly meetings where Madison's youth can share ideas and concerns about community safety.
Our goal with youth engagement is to recommit ourselves to a relationship with our local youth, a relationship that due to national and local events has been strained and even fractured in some aspects. We will endeavor to create a safe two-way dialogue between our local youth and our department.
The report says MPD will focus on building healthy relationships with young people to get to the root of issues that bring them into conflict with the law. Some of the main problems they hope to work on are homelessness, substance abuse, and mental health related issues.
A dramatic police rescue caught on camera in Kenosha overnight after a car burst into flames. It started around 9 when officers started getting calls about a reckless driver. You'll see on the video a minivan driving with a flat tire here, the sparks below, and then it bursts into flames. Police tried to get the driver, an 84-year-old man, to pull over, but the driver ignored those sirens. Eventually, the van comes to a stop, and that's when officers sprang into action, yanking the elderly man from the vehicle.
He just thought he could make it home. Just a poor decision, and you know that obviously his vehicle was leaking something. Those sparks ignited whatever was leaking out of the vehicle.
Neither the officers nor the driver were injured. The driver was written up to the DMV for a driving review.
Coming up, the American Heart Association names its best diets for heart health.
Plus, a surprising vote to a cannabis study bill with bipartisan support in the Senate. Why some say they didn't support that legislation. Stay with us.
Ashley is hosting a massive furniture and mattress blowout. Get guaranteed best offers on top mattress brands like Sealy, Beautyrest, Tempur-Pedic, and Purple. Plus free delivery in 3 days or less. Only at Wisconsin's #1 furniture and mattress store, Ashley.
As a veteran of our country's armed services, you have already made the ultimate sacrifice. Why should you have to continue to do that? Through no fault of your own, you may be experiencing hardships, such as the inability to pay rent, utilities, or receive other life-sustaining services. And once again, you're called upon by your family to serve and protect. We want you to know we are here to support you. The Veterans Rental Assistance Program was created by and for people living in Wisconsin, with benefit approvals being issued to veterans in just days, not months. It's not easy to ask for a hand up, but we are clear in our mission. No Wisconsin veteran should ever have to face homelessness or lose heat, power, or water again. 833-WISC-VRAP. That's 833-947-8727.
To everyone who appreciates a handcrafted meal, are you ready for a taste of Wisconsin?
Butterburger's cooked fresh, just the way you like.
The way you love.
Definitely love. And our thick and creamy frozen custard, we make it for you
all throughout the day. All day.
All day, every day.
Put it in the extra work and not cutting corners. Takes a little longer.
But it's how we've always done it at Culver's. Because making your meal with care shows how much we care.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
Ashley is hosting a massive inventory blowout sale. Get guaranteed lowest prices on furniture and mattresses and save even more on clearance items. Plus, low monthly payments with no money down and free delivery in 3 days or less. Only at Ashley.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6.
Welcome back. The Senate has voted not to direct the Veterans Affairs Department to learn if cannabis can help them with chronic pain or PTSD. Even though 8 Republicans ended up voting for it, the bill still couldn't get the 60 votes it needed. Republican Senator John Cornyn of Texas said that's because the study would use volunteers to discuss their experiences, so the results could be biased. Cornyn said he'd be open to a different version of the bill. The American Heart Association has named the DASH diet as the best for heart health. DASH stands for Dietary Approaches to Stop Hypertension. It aligned 100% with the AHA's goals for heart-healthy eating. The pescatarian diet, which allows for dairy, eggs, fish, and other seafood, came in second with 92%. Meanwhile, very low-carb diets and keto diets were in the bottom tier.
To a traffic alert now for you. One of Madison's busiest roads will have noticeable delays due to construction starting tomorrow. West Johnson will be reduced to 2 lanes between North Broome and State Street. The lane closure will be in place as long as construction crews work on the Olive apartment complex. The project expected to be complete by mid-2024. Still ahead, the Beltline's flex lane having an instant impact on commute times, but how does the DOT actually manage it?
After the break, Susan Simon takes a closer look into complexities of maintaining the lane and how opening it is more complicated than you might think.
Plus, a warm couple of days to finish the work week, but then things will cool down for the weekend. Gary's complete forecast is after the break.
It's the Hy-Vee Red Hot Weekend Sale this Friday through Sunday. Hy-Vee pasta sauce, just 99 cents. That's Smart frozen vegetables, just 88 cents. And Hy-Vee yogurt, only 29 cents. Only at Hy-Vee.
Trust your feet to Morgan's Shoes.
Birkenstock ushers in a new collection with clean lines, easier than ever closures, and the most necessary footbed in your closet. Slide into Morgan's Shoes and shop our new Birkenstock arrivals. See what's fresh for spring and summer. Birkenstock platforms and wedges, cork-powered sneakers, or up your game with our iconic men's and women's sandals.
Comfort with style. Trust your feet to Morgan Shoes.
Morgan Shoes, Hilldale.
Leisure Concepts has your new hot tub in stock and ready for immediate delivery. Steel and composite construction and the perimeter insulation is so quiet. We'll deliver everything you need to easily keep your hot tub crystal clear, including knowledge. That neck-deep hot water massage feels amazing every day of the year. You'll never get tired of it. Get to Leisure Concepts and see almost 70 hot tubs that are ready for immediate delivery to your backyard.
When an appliance you rely on goes kaput, you can count on family-owned Brothers Maine, Southern Wisconsin's local appliance authority since 1938. With thousands of in-stock options, we have the brands you want at the lowest prices guaranteed. Even big box can't beat our prices. Our experienced team of appliance experts will help you make the right selection, and we deliver it fast and free to your home. What you need when you need it. Shop appliances you can bring home today at our Madison and Janesville showrooms. Feel like family. Brothers Maine.
Join the Circle of Life at the Lion King. Experience the world's #1 musical. Don't miss your chance to see The Lion King, one of the most awe-inspiring productions ever brought to life on stage.
Coming to Overture Center May 11th through 28th. Tickets on sale now at overture.org.
It's the Hy-Vee Red Hot Weekend Sale this Friday through Sunday. Hy-Vee chicken drumsticks or thighs, 99 cents a pound. Hy-Vee orange or apple juice, 99 cents. And Sweet Celebration seedless grapes, $1.38 a pound. Only at Hy-Vee.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6.
A year ago, a drive from the east to the west side of Madison would take you almost twice as long as it does right now.
The flex lanes on the Beltline are the reason, but how exactly do they work? Susan Simon takes us inside Wisconsin's Traffic Nerve Center to find out.
Rush hour in Madison has been a maddening experience for decades. Over 130,000 cars traverse the Beltline every day. So DOT engineers decided to flex their options, turning the shoulder into a fourth lane to release the pressure. It's a move being seen in many large cities.
The flex lane is the first in Wisconsin. There aren't any others in Wisconsin.
The DOT opened the flex lanes July 13th. In less than a year, they've cut commute times in half and reduced the number of accidents. But speeding remains a concern.
We do notice that speeds in the flex lane are higher than they are in the other 3 lanes. The flex lane is the no truck lane, so there aren't any trucks in that lane.
A green arrow tells drivers you can drive in the flex lane. A red X means the lane is closed, and a yellow X warns you the flex lane is ending soon. The flex lane runs for 10 miles from the I-3990 interchange to just east of Whitney Way. It opens when congestion on the Beltline starts to build, so you may be wondering who's watching that and who makes that call. The flex lanes are monitored 24 hours a day and operated remotely from Milwaukee.
We are in the Wisconsin DOT Bureau of Traffic Operations Traffic Management Center.
On big screens, the Traffic Management Center monitors highways across the state to get a live, real-time view of what's happening. How big of an area are we watching from this place?
So the state has 500 plus cameras around the state, from the state line all the way to Superior.
The idea is to keep drivers safe with information on road conditions, construction, and crashes. If there's an incident on any highway, it shows up here as a green, yellow, or red alert. The Wisconsin State Patrol's dispatch also sits in this room.
And when we have an incident on camera, it's great that we can share that video directly with the trooper in the field before they arrive so they can see what they're coming into.
What do you not do from here?
We do not enforce the law here. We don't have the ability to ticket somebody from the control room. We get asked that question a lot. You know, if we do see egregious violations of the law, a drunk driver perhaps or aggressive drivers, we can call that into law enforcement if we observe it on camera.
18 full-time employees at the TMC monitor traffic around the clock. Melanie is operating the flex lane. How many cameras are there on the flex lane alone?
36.
36. And so how many sections are you looking at each day?
Anywhere from 25 to 28 segments.
Getting the flex lane open is not as simple as flipping a switch. The entire 10 miles is checked for debris and other hazards.
The 36 cameras on the flex lane are used to, progressively view that pavement from one end to the other at the same time that an FST, a Dane County Sheriff's deputy, is driving through the lane in the other direction.
It is Melanie's call to decide if and when the flex lanes will open. I'm feeling stressed looking over your shoulder. You've got a lot of responsibility.
And being able to combine all of it and in a system like the flex lane that can really help out a community like Madison, I'm very proud of it. I'm very happy that we've been able to do it, and it's been a success.
That's Susan Simon reporting. In 2019, the average time it would take you to drive from Verona Road to the interstate was 24 minutes, according to the DOT.
So since the flex lanes, it takes 12 minutes. That's a 50% reduction in travel time. If you drive that stretch twice a day during peak times, it saves 24 minutes per day, which is 2 hours per week.
That's not too bad. We have more information on the TMC and the flex lanes at channel3000.com. Temperatures much nicer than they were for the first half of the week, but they won't last long. Here's Gary with a complete forecast.
Yeah, one more day, unfortunately. 3 things you need to know in the forecast. We'll see temperatures in the mid-60s for tomorrow, so we'll sneak in that mild day, but then we've got temperatures dropping right back into the 50s and even upper 40s for Saturday into Sunday and Monday, and could even be cold enough for some showers to mix with a few flakes of snow Saturday night into Monday, Saturday night into Sunday morning, and Sunday night into Monday morning of next week. Now, everybody's watching the Mississippi River as far as the flood stages and the river stages right now. Northern part of the Mississippi River starting to recede a little bit, still above flood stage, but the levels are starting to fall a little bit. The southern part, a little different story. They still probably will rise another 6 to 9 inches before they start to recede, and that's assuming that we don't get much in the way of precipitation. And that's not a slam dunk at this point. Most of the showers today have been up to the north, up in northern Wisconsin and parts of Minnesota. And some of the computer model forecasts show the potential for 1 to maybe 2 or 3 inches of rain. Some of that will be in the form of snow up through upper Michigan and far northern Wisconsin, while here in the southern part of the state, we'll see around a ½ inch of rain. And this is basically from Saturday through Tuesday morning. So not a lot here, but eventually as that snow melts and the water starts working its way back downstream, that could lead to more flooding problems down the road. Already flood watches have been issued for parts of northwestern Wisconsin and northeastern Minnesota through the weekend. Temperatures right now, 40s in the northern part of the state, but generally in the 60s south of that cloud cover and where it's not raining, so that's pretty nice. In fact, temperatures pretty comfortable through much of the Midwest. Not really warm anywhere, but at least the colder air is starting to pull back north, and mainly is north of Lake Superior into southern portions of Canada. But we're in between 2 weather systems. Moisture coming up from the south, a weather system with a cold front to the west. Right now, that just kind of creates a little bubble of high pressure in between, and that's why we've been dry for today and probably will stay dry for tomorrow. But eventually, as that moisture works its way northward and this cold front starts working its way eastward, we'll see our chances for rain increase later tomorrow night, especially into Saturday and Sunday. But right now, the coldest air is north of that front, and that's where the showers are for the time being. Eventually, though, you can see showers developing out to the west of us, and they could be here by tomorrow night. Planning your night across Dane County, look for a low of 40 in Middleton, 40 in Oregon, and 40 in Monona with partly cloudy skies. Across the rest of southern Wisconsin, 40 for the Lone Prairie du Chien, 43 in La Crosse, and 40 in Camp Douglas. For tomorrow, look for skies to be variably cloudy, continued mild, high temperature 66, should be dry during the day. Future track beginning early Saturday morning, though, shows 1 batch of showers early Saturday morning. Temperatures warm enough certainly for rain. Maybe a break midday, this is around 12:30, and then you can see some more showers coming in from the west later Saturday afternoon into Saturday evening. Again, rainfall amounts probably around 1/4 to a ½ inch, and that'll be from Saturday through Tuesday morning. First warned 7 to 10 day forecast. Cool weather, highs only in the 40s for Sunday and Monday, and again, the possibility for a few flakes of snow at night. Also be windy, too, adding to the chill. But by the end of next week, temperatures get back into the 60s. Just a slight chance for a shower late Thursday into Friday.
Upsetting? Absolutely. A failure? Not in Giannis's eyes. The Greek Freak gets real candid about the Bucks season. We're going to hear from him coming up next in sports.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
It's time to celebrate and save during Blaine's Farm and Fleet of Baraboo's grand reopening event going on now. Join us for 3 days of giveaways, prize drawings, daily expert demos, and more. Plus, shop huge store-wide savings like large jugs of Era laundry detergent, just $7.99. 50-pound bags of Blaine's brand black oil sunflower seed, $24.99 while supplies last. And assorted dog and cat toys are buy one, get one free. Don't miss Blaine's Farm and Fleet of Baraboo's grand reopening event going on now.
There are so many things we take for granted. So many things. And along with them, sometimes we take the people who depend on them for their survival for granted too. The elderly, disabled, the veterans, people on limited and fixed incomes, or folks that lost jobs in sectors hardest hit during the pandemic. How can they survive with record increases in their basic cost of living? Some people just can't come back. And through no fault of their own, they're being left behind, struggling to keep their heat, water, and power on. If you or someone you know needs a hand up, our heat, water, and power providers are working together to keep you safely in your home. You may not ask for it, but we're here to help.
Wow, this is where you work now?
Figured I deserved a more inspiring space. And with home values being up, I had a lot of equity. So I got a home equity line of credit from Summit, and voila, added a home office.
Took your business to the next level.
Hey, you two have been in your place for a couple years now. Any fun plans?
Well, we just finished a refi with Summit.
Really?
And the plan is to make a bunch of great memories.
We're gonna use the savings to get a camper.
Whatever your goals, Summit Credit Union can help you use your home's equity to go get them.
Any way you slice it, this competition is grilled to perfection.
Tomorrow, we're in the 608 with a mouth-watering preview of this year's Wisconsin Grilled Cheese Championship.
And a cold front is on the way, bringing us some rain and cooler weather for the weekend. Join us tomorrow between 4:30 and 7.
History was made last night in Milwaukee, but unfortunately, the Bucks were on the wrong side of it. They blew a 16-point lead to the Heat, making it the largest fourth-quarter comeback to clinch a series in NBA history. Disappointing, no doubt. Top seed, best record in the league, plus Giannis's incredible season, where he set several franchise records. But that's also why he doesn't see this year as a failure. In fact, here's what he had to say when asked about that last night.
There's no failure in sports. You know, there's good days, bad days. Some days you are able to be successful, some days you're not. Some days it's your turn, some days it's not your turn. And that's what sports is about. You don't always win. Some other people's gonna win. And this year, somebody else is gonna win. Simple as that. We're gonna come back next year, try to be better, try to build good habits, try to play better, not have a 10-day stretch with playing bad basketball. You know, and hopefully we can win a championship.
The Jefferson baseball team is coming off back-to-back state runner-up finishes, and even though it's early, the Eagles believe that they'll win it all this year because, as Zach Hanley explains, Greg Featherston sets his team up with a mindset for success.
For over 2 decades, good job. Greg Featherston has been leading Jefferson baseball.
Without him, we would be nowhere close to where we were.
Over 350 wins, 4 trips to state, 3 runner-up trophies, and a state championship.
He knows how to be successful and how to win, and that's helpful. And he passes that on to all the coaches and the players that you can do what you want to do, and that's how you're going to get successful, by believing in what you can do.
And from the start, Featherston's been about one thing.
You got to go up there and believe you're going to make a play. You got to believe that you're going to be able to put the ball in play, and believe that your teammates are going to make things happen. So that's kind of been our word, believe.
Getting his Eagles to believe they can succeed.
Any doubts in your head, you're going to have a higher chance of not getting the job done. So just believing in ourselves and our team, we're going to have more confidence, more energy, and just play better. Not always the most skilled team wins, and he says that a lot. You got to believe in what you have and what you can do and all the work that you put in.
It's a message this group takes to heart.
Attack that ball.
For him, belief is just like your mindset. If you don't have a good mindset, or you don't believe that you can do it, you're not going to do it. So that's his big thing, is believing that you can do the job in the right spot.
No matter if they're swinging for the fences or not.
And the NFL draft is about to begin tonight. The Packers have the 13th overall pick. And then in rounds 2 and 3, that's set for tomorrow, they have the 42nd, 45th, and 78th. Rounds 4 through 7 are set for Saturday. In total, the Packers have 11 picks in this year's draft, several of those coming over with the Aaron Rodgers trade to the Jets.
That's a good thing. You move past the disappointment of the Bucs. You can look to the future with the Packers.
What about baseball in between?
Well,
yes.
Your Cubs are looking a little better right now than a lot of teams.
Brewers haven't been doing too bad. There's the live view from the WISC-TV Sky Cam. Clear skies there. Clear skies in southwestern Wisconsin from the Platteville Queen Bee Radio Sky Cam. With temperatures, though, pretty mild. Away from Lake Michigan, mid-60s right now. That's very nice.
All right, Gary, thank you. Thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 6.
Enjoy your evening, and we'll see you back here at 10.